Good Monday morning to you. This is Jan. I love helping people keep some more of their own hard earned money. I'm going to talk about how I practically cut in half the cost of my meat budget. Back in a minute. Jan. I'm from New York. Love helping people keep some more of their own hard earned money. I believe that might be you. How you doing today? Let's jump right into it. So here's how I personally cut my costs of meat. When you add up your grocery budget, more than likely, the highest cost of anything on that grocery budget, food budget specifically, would probably be meat. And in my opinion, yeah, meat. All right, so here's a rule that I use, and this is especially good for people who live alone who seem to gloss over this tip, and I don't understand why. Just because a person lives alone doesn't mean they can't take advantage of buying a family pack of meat. In fact, I might have mentioned it a number of times in the past. No, I know I did. A person that finds a really good deal on family size packages of meat, that is a person who lives alone, literally hit the meat budget jackpot because you get to sit down, divide, and use whatever you want and stretch that big old family pack of meat for a long, long time at a good cost. So don't bypass those family packs of meat just because you live alone or with someone else. I'm just saying, do it, do it, do it. Next, buy chicken drumsticks or chicken thighs. I never realized this until a few years ago. Chicken thighs are very, very tasty. They're really good. They're great in recipes. You roast them up easily. Chicken drumsticks. A lot of kids love the drumstick idea. You pick it up. It has its little own natural handle to hold. And if you make your own homemade rub instead of keep on buying the shaky type, you can make your own shaky type at home. And I know I've given that recipe in the past, or you could just look it up on another video, for example. These are easy to do meals. The drumsticks or the chicken thighs, just toss them in the oven. You're doing other things, or put some roasting potatoes in there at the same time. Cheap, fast, decently fast dinner. You get other things done. You're tired, kids coming home. Believe me, those are the kinds of meals that everybody looks forward to, especially once it starts getting a little bit of a nip in the air, which I cannot wait for that day to happen soon. But this is very much less money than going for other types of the parts of the chicken. All right. Next, if you do happen to enjoy like those, the white meat, boneless chicken breast, and we all do. Well, many do. I do too, but I don't buy them a lot. But if I do buy them, trust you me, I let that stretch. I freeze them partially, cut it across, or when you take it down from the freezer, let it thaw, cut it across and cut it up. And I feel as if I'm doubling the volume of what I'm using. Therefore, I get to stretch that boneless chicken. And thinner chicken cutlets are delicious. I personally like the thinner version better than the very, very thick version, but that's me. And that's a matter of personal taste. Next, don't let that slow cooker accumulate dust. Take that thing out. It is your friend. One thing about slow cooker and meat, if you buy a less expensive cut of meat, or if you're afraid to make a roast, that is the place to get started. You are saving money. You are saving a lot of effort. So many simple recipes, what to do with it. Check it out on this platform. So many wonderful videos and so many wonderful recipes. But I could tell you this much many times. You know what I like to do? I like to buy, you have to find the cut up beef stew, those little cut up beef stew pieces. Okay. What I like to do with those are really, really easy to do. This is what I do. It's basically, that's a chuck roast cut up. Just saying. So they save you the effort and it's all cut up, right? So what I do is I saute it on the stove with a little bit of oil, not a lot, a little bit, till it's browned on the outside. Then I stop that. Then I enter it or put it into my slow cooker And I like to let that sit inside some tomato sauce, yummy. And I just like let that sit there in there for like about 2 to 3 hours. And I like to do that with add fresh peppers to it too, by the way. Wow, that is so delicious over a bed of rice. Can I tell you? Very inexpensive, and you're eating like a king or a queen. Really, really, really good, and definitely company worthy too. Just saying. So don't let that slow cooker just sit there. That slow cooker has saved me money for years and years. So there you go. You would think I had stock in slow cookers. But as far as going meatless, I choose on purpose because I wish to. I choose on purpose to go meatless about 3 times a week. Does that mean I go proteinless? No, because protein is the thing that calms down your appetite. So sometimes people fill up on like a lot of carbs, and they are truly full for a while, not a long while, and then like an hour and a half later, hungry again. That's why I like to make sure I have protein, especially on my ending meal of the day, because you don't want to wake up in the middle of the night hungry. That's like, no, you don't want to do that. No, no. But I choose to go meatless 3 nights out of the week because of expenses and keeping my meat bill down. Okay, I'm just saying it's my choice. But I don't go proteinless. For example, I might have a frittata for dinner, and I'm totally happy with that. Or I might make a homemade pizza for dinner, and there's protein, of course, the bird clock going off. Protein in so much that I'll put, Parmesan cheese or mozzarella cheese. Might sprinkle it with a little bit of meat, like if I have a little bit of pepperoni slices or a little bit of pre-cooked already sausage or pre-cooked already ground beef. And that's another trick. Don't make the meat always the star of the show. Make the meat the co-star or the, cameo appearance person. So if you do that, trust me, you will really reduce the grocery bill, the meat part of it. And when you take the meat prices off the grocery bill or cut them down, you will see a significant difference. Next, like I was about to say officially, make veggies the star of the show with some meat as part of a component. A good example of that would be, let's say, a stir fry. In my opinion, a stir fry, I've seen stir fries that are a lot of meat, and I've seen stir fries that are like lesser meat and a lot of veggies and crunchies and different textures and different flavors in the meal in and of itself. And that's the route that I like to go. Everybody's taste is different, but I find this very, very helpful in keeping my meat bill down. Just saying. And last but not least, for whatever little bits of meat that you have, okay, for every little bit of meat that you have left over, put it in a little container. Don't just forget about it. Utilize it within a couple, 3 days in your fridge and put it in a soup or a stew. Again, you are getting more bang for your buck and more nutritious dishes for yourself and your family. There you go. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate everybody's time. Don't forget to kindly click like if you found any value in this video or any of my videos. It helps my channel grow. The way I could reach other people who may be in need of listening to some of these money keeping messages. And especially these days, I am positive there are more people than ever that need money keeping messages. There you go. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take care of yourself and your family.